changes. In a flash, the street disappears. The cars are gone. The restaurant is gone. The woman is gone. Lamine freezes. He slowly looks around at the strange world surrounding him, completely unable to understand what has just happened. His eyes widen, and at that moment, he said, "What the fuck?" Lamine is a 31-year-old man who works for Global, a fintech company that sells AI hardware and software. His commitment to work is second to none. Every Monday morning, Lamine wakes up and follows a strict routine. He brushes his teeth, completes 30 push-ups, stretches, boxes for 5 minutes, and spends another 10 minutes on the treadmill. After exercising, he prepares breakfast, takes a shower, returns to eat, gets dressed, and leaves for work. He repeats this routine almost every day. Sundays are exceptions. He makes time for church, returns home afterward, and by evening begins preparing everything he needs for the week ahead. At work, Lamine is known as PG, productive guy, because of his obsession with results. He is the company's overall best salesperson, consistently exceeds his target, and is almost always number one on the sales scoreboard. But one day something unusual happened. Lamine doesn't show up for work. To make matters worse, this isn't just any ordinary workday. All the executives are scheduled to meet with the CEO and the board for a meeting that has been anticipated for months. Lamine's absence sends the department to friends. No mail, no WhatsApp message. It's coherent going through. Inside the boardroom, the executives begin murmuring among themselves. Lamine. Has anyone heard from Lamine? Where could he be? Suddenly the CEO's voice cuts through the room. Where is Lamine? To understand where Lamine is, we need to go back 1 week. Lamine had been preparing intensely for this crucial meeting. His name had been on the lips of executives across the company and had even reached the CEO. Now his idea was finally going before the board. This wasn't just another presentation. Lamine had developed an idea that could take Global to the next level and potentially position it as a leading AI company. Who else but Lamine who could come up with an idea like this, his colleague would say. Everything seemed to be going perfectly. But while Lamine was winning at work, other parts of his life were quietly being pushed aside. Lamine's parents called and invited him to a family get-together. It wasn't the first time, and just like the previous times, Lamine postponed. He couldn't understand why everyone needed to physically gather when he could regularly send money home. To him, providing financially was enough. So once again, what came first? Some members of a fellowship group at Lamine's church invited him to attend a fellowship class with them. Again, Lamine declined. He didn't understand why he needed to spend additional time with a group of church members. In his mind, people who had enough time for such gatherings simply didn't have enough important things to do. There was work to be done. There were results to achieve. One of Lamine's team members approached me with a request. She needed to excuse herself from the team's work because of a family emergency. Lamine wasn't impressed. We need results, he insisted. Results produce money and money gets things done. Send them money and let them sort themselves out. For Lamine, the logic was simple. Problems needed resources require money, and money came from results. Nothing should interfere with that. The big day finally arrives. As usual, Lamine gets ready and leaves home for work. Something is different. His normal route is blocked, forcing him to take another road. The alternative route takes him past a restaurant where he often eats after work. As he approaches the restaurant, someone catches his attention. It's one of the waitresses he recognizes, but Lamine has never seen her outside her work uniform. Today she looks completely different. She's wearing a striking riveting dress, her hair glows in the morning light, her eyes sparkle, and her appearance immediately captures Lamine's attention. For a moment, he remembers something his colleague Smith once told him. There are ladies, and then there are angels. Lamine stares. Oh my God, he mutters. I think I just saw an angel. The waitress notices him staring and smiles. Lamine is so mesmerized that for a moment he forgets he's driving. By the time he realizes what happens, poof, a big clash. His car hits the vehicle in front of him. Dang! Lamine mutters. Still he remains optimistic. Hopefully it's nothing serious. He has an important meeting to get to. Then the driver's door of the other vehicles opens. A woman steps out. She's dressed in a nude-colored blazer and a short skirt with blonde hair. Her striking appearance catches Lamine completely off guard again. She walks towards his car. Lamine stares. She stops beside his window and looks at him for several seconds, seemingly waiting for him to say something. But Lamine says nothing. He simply keeps staring. Her expression then changes. What in the name of God is wrong with you? She snaps. Can't you see? Lamine finally regains his composure. He tries to apologize, but she isn't interested anymore. Angry and frustrated, she looks directly at him. You know what? She pauses. Get a life! Then she turns and begins to walk back towards her car. Lamine quickly gets out of his vehicle. Wait! He hurries after her, hoping to apologize properly before she leaves. He takes one step, then another. But when Lamine takes his next step, everything changes. In a flash, the street disappears. The cars are gone. The restaurant is gone. The woman is gone. Lamine freezes. He slowly looks around at the strange world surrounding him, completely unable to understand what has just happened. His eyes widen, and at that moment, he said, "What the fuck?" Not always eating in that restaurant, but I had never noticed how beautiful that waitress has always been, because maybe she was always in her workload, and this thing happened to each and every one of us. We're in a particular workspace, but we never notice how beautiful or the attention that certain persons giving to us, because maybe they are in overall, or maybe something is blocking. But if you look at this, we understand that sometimes beauty hides itself, but we need to pay attention. Please follow me, like, share, and subscribe.